I have never had something like this happen. She has really taken this to a whole new level. I'll be honest, I think she needs mental help. She really has gotten worse over time. She is not stable. I am seeing the picture attached to this letter of the post she claims you are slandering her name on. All I see is a picture of a couple with a cute caption. I hate to say this, but it sounds like she's just trying to scare you. I've seen this so many times before. Right, she's just reaching. That's why I thought there could be no way a lawyer would ever think this was legitimate or would withstand in court. Well, hold on. Now that I'm reading this letter again and hearing her name again, this does sound familiar. Let me go ask my assistant something. I'll be right back. He goes on hold and comes back after about 5 more minutes. Okay, so she did actually come to my office and she did talk to my assistant for a good hour when I wasn't here. This was probably a little over a month ago. He takes notes on every potential client when I'm out. I took one glance at his note and said no way. So she was at your office, but she is not your client. Correct. But this explains why she's probably still trying to use my name to scare you. Very ballsy of her to try and impersonate a lawyer. Well, whatever you need me to do, just let me know. So I'm seeing the fake email address on this letter. I'm wondering if she actually made it and has access to it in case you actually emailed it. So do you want me to email it? Is that something you would have done anyways? Yeah, probably, especially if I couldn't get you on the phone. Okay, so why not email it and see what happens? I'm curious if she will actually use my full name and claim to be an attorney. Is there anything specific you want me to say? No. I want you to send it on your own terms as you would. I shouldn't be involved in this. Okay, no problem. I'll let you know if I get any type of response. Emily's email to the fake email address. Dear Mr. Real Attorney, I hope this email finds you well. I received your cease and desist letter and was hoping you could provide more clarification. I was hoping to speak to you on the phone. Is there a number for your office? I don't see it on the letterhead that the cease and desist is on. If not, please let me know where your client's name is mentioned or where her picture is shown in any of the posts mentioned in the letter. At this point, I do not feel comfortable complying to this cease and desist until I can get an attorney of my own to look at as well. Thank you, Kelly. A couple hours later, Kelly received a response. Dear Kelly, as mentioned in the letter, if you do not cooperate with the demands, we will be pressing charges. I'm not sure which part of those posts confuses you. It is clear as day to myself and my client. I would also prefer to keep all of our communication in emails or letters so that it is in writing and we can have everything documented. If you choose to get your own attorney, please let me know who they are. Thank you, Mr. Real Attorney. Dear Mr. Real Attorney, can you at least verify that this is you emailing me and not some assistant or paralegal, or even worse, some stranger? I want to make sure this is legitimate. You hear so many crazy stories on the news these days. Or maybe I can come and speak to you at your office directly. Where is it located? Thank you, Kelly. Kelly didn't receive a response right away this time. She finally got a response like a day later. Dear Kelly, this is the real Mr. Real Attorney. I would never have someone speak for me on legal matters. That would be inappropriate. It would also be inappropriate of me to meet up with you in person, as that would go against my attorney-client privileges. You can see how well known I am in this community by my abundant amount of positive reviews as well. Asterisk includes a cropped picture of the real Mr. Real Attorney's reviews, but makes sure to omit his office address and number asterisk. Please let me know when you have complied with the letter. Thank you, Mr. Real Attorney. Here is all of my email correspondence with that fake email address. Oh wow, okay. Are you able to come in anytime this week? I want to discuss this further in person. Kelly and Mr. Real Attorney set up a meeting for later in the week. The date posted on the letter comes and goes, and Kelly receives another email. Dear Kelly, I am going to give you the benefit of the doubt and extend the deadline date that my demands need to be met by. I am only doing this because you did email me and had some questions. I am sure by now you had plenty of time to sort out any questions and further confusion you are still facing. If I do not hear back from you by 5 p.m. tomorrow, I will be forced to assume you are not going to comply to my demands, and further actions will be taken. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. Mr. Real Attorney. 5 minutes later, another email comes through. I have attached a picture of the original letter for your records. Kelly obviously didn't reply to any of the emails. She forwarded them to the real Mr. Real Attorney ahead of their meeting. Prior to her meeting with him, she decided to call her parents and finally fill them in on everything that has been going on. Hey Mom, I really need to talk to you about something that's going on with Aunt Maggie. Sure, what's going on now? You guys aren't fighting again, are you? She has completely lost her marbles. I have to show you something. Kelly sent over the letter to her parents for them to read it and look it over. Kelly, this is bizarre. Are you sure this is from Maggie and not someone trying to play a prank on her? Who the he 11 else would send me something like this? Now that I'm looking more closely, this looks like it's from a legitimate law firm, Mr. Real Attorney. Do we need to get you a lawyer? So about that, I found the number and office location for this attorney and spoke to him. I wanted to make sure this was legitimate, and it turns out he didn't send this letter. Kelly explains the entire conversation she had with Mr. Real Attorney and then shows them the email she has been receiving from the fake email address listed in the letter. Wow, Kelly, I am honestly so sorry. I don't even know what to say. She hasn't said a word to me about any of this, not even the posts on social media. And believe me, she bitches to me a lot about the pictures you and him post and how inappropriate they are. But I usually just ignore it because it's usually an overreaction. I always tell her to just mind her own and that you're an adult. Are you going to help him? I think I need to. It's wrong. and I'm hoping this will finally make her leave me alone. I really do hate this, but I also don't think you're wrong. He absolutely needs you. Yeah, since I'm the one she's talking to as him, what would you do if you were me? I'd probably help too. Before you commit to helping him or do anything, can I try and talk to her first? About the cease and desist letter. Yeah, that's fine if you think that's a good idea, but please don't say anything about the real attorney or anything. No, I won't. I only want to ask about the letter. A couple hours later. Hi, honey. I spoke to Maggie. Go ahead and do whatever it is you feel you need to do. Oh boy, did the conversation go that well? She yelled at me, cursed Saint me, denies any of it, says she sent no such letter. She then tried to turn it around on you and said you were faking the whole thing and trying to frame her or something. You know I would never do that, right? Of course. I think she realizes she messed up and is just mad at herself and is taking it out on me. I'm so sorry, Mom. I know at the end of the day she's still your sister. Don't be. She made her bed, she can lay in it. I will support you with whatever you need to do, and your father is on board as well. Keep us updated and please let us know if you need any help. And please let me know if she says anything else to you. Thanks, Mom. Hi, Kelly. Thank you for meeting with me today. Of course. Did you get my latest email I forwarded you? 1 second. Before we continue, did you bring the dollar I asked you to bring? Yes. Why do I need this? One second. I'm going to have you hire me as your attorney just in case. I don't want to charge you, but I can't work pro bono, so I have to charge you $1. And don't worry, I'll have you sign my client paperwork so that it's official. I also included in the paperwork that the most I can charge you for this case or any related case is $1. All this does is legalize everything so that we have attorney-client privileges and our conversations can stay private. I don't think she will hire an actually attorney. But on the off chance that she does, they can subpoena our conversations. So sign this first and then we can safely discuss everything. Kelly carefully looks over all the paperwork and sees that it is consistent with everything he said. She also makes sure to double-check that it's all listing $1 max. I just want you to understand before we continue that I will need your help and you are essentially helping me, so your aunt. I completely understand and am fully prepared to help you in whatever way you need. I've had enough. Okay, I just want you to consider all angles here because these things can get messy. What about their family members, your parents? Have you spoken to them about all of this? Yes, and they are actually completely on board with my decision and anything I have to do. I think they're just over her bullshit at this point too. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and move on to our next step and what we need to do moving forward. First, I'm going to file a complaint against her. Once it is filed, in will pay to get her served with the papers. This is just so she can't say she didn't get it. Once that happens, she has 30 days to respond to it how she sees fit. This can be with an attorney filing a counter motion or her responding herself. This will most likely lead to a court date being set. And the court date will be down here, I assume. Yes, so hopefully we can get it to work with your school schedule, but you may be required to miss a day of classes. I can provide you any paperwork for your professors, though. That's fine, we will figure it out. Do you need me to say or do anything else for right now? No, and once she is served, I'm assuming she will realize you know that her cease and desist is fake too. If she reaches out to you, just let me know. Should I respond to her if she does? Am I allowed to talk to her? Yes, you're not the one suing her, but I would avoid talking to her if you can. And eventually, when I name you as a witness, communication will have to stop, and she'll be advised of this too. I don't plan on talking to her anyways, but she will 1000% reach out to me. I'm sure she will be pissed too. Even if she does, there is a good chance she will say a lot more to just incriminate herself. She'll probably tell you things she shouldn't either. That's my experience with cases like this where people let emotions get the best of them. Especially if she gets her own actual attorney. She will only make their life more difficult too. I'll be shocked if she does. I don't know much about her financial situation now, but I know it hasn't been good. Just keep me updated. Here's a copy of everything. Mr. Real Attorney wasted no time filing the complaint. Maggie got served about 5 days later. Maggie did not waste any time reaching out to Kelly once she got the papers either. Kelly, I need you to call me immediately. I got some weird letter in the mail and you have a lot of explaining to do. Kelly, answer your phone. Maggie continuously calls Kelly for the next 20 minutes. Kelly just keeps sending it to voicemail. Well, I cannot believe you right now. I cannot believe you would go as far as to make all this stuff up and frame me. You can get me into some serious trouble. You have to realize that your actions have some serious consequences to them. You're such a child still. I'm not going to bite my tongue, Maggie. Your actions have consequences to them. You know what you did. This is all on you. You have no one else to blame but yourself. Just wait until your mother finally calls me back and hears how her own daughter is suing her sister. I'm not the one suing you, Maggie. Well, you just wait. You'll be hearing from my attorney if you don't drop this entire thing now. Oh, so do you actually have an attorney? Yes, I do. And he's much better than the pitiful men you have for an attorney. He must have felt bad for you. All he had to do was take one look at your skin. At that point, Kelly completely stopped responding and sent everything to Mr. Real Attorney.